Here in Tulsa for the start of a three-game series, and we're here with Luke Jackson, who made his first AA start last night. Luke, how'd it feel to get back out there on a mound in a starting role here at the AA level?
Felt good. I mean, it's been what I've used to my whole career, and it's good to get back on back on that ground. And it was cool getting the experience out of the pen. I actually enjoyed it, and but good to be back in my natural, where I've been just comfortable with all year.
Not bad for your AA debut to come out of the bullpen in a game where Matt Harrison started too. That's not bad.
Yeah, it was kind of fun getting to see a big leaguer warm up and go through his routine. Get to take a lot off of that and get to see what they do and what's different between you and them, and it's pretty cool.
Last night did not start the smoothest way. Even though you retired the first two batters, it took you about 18 pitches to work through them. That second batter, it takes you 10 pitches before you eventually strike out Walsh. That could have really been a tone setter for the entire ball game. It could have been a short night for you. Did you have to make a note of that and maybe change the way up you had been thinking about going into that outing?
You mean those first two batters, they're fouling everything off. I just kind of stuck with the same game plan. I really didn't change anything. I was just hoping that some of those foul tips were miss swings or balls put in play, because I got the swings I was looking for. They just barely putting bat on ball, and I didn't mind just sticking with that approach all night and using my changeup a lot, and really enjoyed what Zaneski was calling all game.
It's only been a couple of games. Obviously, you can't draw a ton from it, but can you tell a little bit of a difference here between the high A level and the AA level?
I mean, yeah. What people don't understand is, you have the good AA hitters, but you also have the good AA defense behind you as well. I mean, you get best of both worlds coming up here. And, a little more patient. You have a couple more good hitters in the lineup you got to worry about. But besides that, all in all, if you just kind of stick to your strengths and go out there and pitch, you should be all right.
You have to be really pleased as well here, your first couple of outings and only one walk, and that's, I know, been an issue for you going back over your career, but just the one walk, 6 strikeouts over 6 scoreless innings last night.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of been, every pitching coach and everyone's been harping me all year, just kind of don't give up those free passes. Just kind of pound the zone. Pitches will get people out, so just kind of let the defense work behind you, and so kind of trying to implement as much as I can this year is get some more pitches to get balls put in play earlier, and been working hard and trying to keep the ball in the zone a lot more, and it worked out last night.
When you came up with the team, you were not alone. You had a whole host of teammates coming and more coming in the next few days after that. Right. I'm sure that made the adjustment a little bit better, too, that you knew a lot of guys here in this clubhouse.
Yeah, it was awesome. I had a great clubhouse in Myrtle, I have a great clubhouse in Frisco, and then kind of put them both together, and it's been the best. It's been awesome. Getting to have a couple of my good friends here, and that awesome pair up the middle has been a real help.
Yeah, how much fun is it to be able to pitch with those two guys right behind you? We've already seen it just in the first week.
2 full years I've had those guys behind me, and probably wouldn't take anyone else. They're phenomenal and make all the plays and make the spectacular plays, make the routine plays, and they swing it, give you that run support as well, so it's been awesome to play with them.
We're here with RoughRiders right-handed starting pitcher Luke Jackson. Luke, have you always been a guy going back to elementary school, middle school, who's been a hard thrower, or did it come one day or over a period of time where all of a sudden you became the hardest throwing kid on the block?
I threw the football a lot, played a lot of quarterback, and really didn't pitch until late my junior year or early my junior year, and really didn't throw too hard. And that summer coming along, started to be in the 90s, and then I think my senior year just kind of took off. I started throwing every day, and the velocity just kept coming and coming and coming, and praise God for that, because if not, I'd probably be playing Division III soccer somewhere, something like that.
So soccer would be the next choice?
Probably some small school. I don't think I'd have made it in football. I was too small out of high school. I was 155 pounds and 6 foot. I was a little skinny guy, but it was glad it came, and try to make the best of the opportunity I've been given.
So were you playing football, were you able to throw it hard enough where you were dislocating guys' fingers when they were catching the ball?
Not really. I barely could see over the line, so that was the tough part. Just handing the ball off every down.
I can't help but notice a lot of movement in your delivery. You hold your arms way out in front of your body. There's a pretty aggregated wind-up that you have. Is that something that you learned how to do, or did you mimic somebody? Is it just something that came naturally?
That's kind of like when I just started throwing, that was – I never had a pitching coach, never had any of that before high school, so it was kind of just – when I just was throwing on the mound, that's what kind of came out. I enjoyed watching like Josh Johnson and Tim Lincecum throw, and I don't know if I took anything from that, but – that's kind of like just try to throw the ball as hard as I could from the mound of home plate, and that's what I came up with.
Have coaches ever tried to tinker with that because they see all the movement? It can be tough to repeat those deliveries?
For sure. Early on, it was even higher front side, and flying way open, and they've kind of calmed me down a lot more than what it used to be, and really got me in the zone a lot longer, kept my head on the line. So that's been huge.
You know, as soon as it was announced that you were going to be coming up to Frisco, a lot of people got excited. You've been one of the guys that folks have talked about in the organization. Is it difficult to block that out? Because sometimes, you know, guys that get a lot of conversation about them, it can be a distraction for them.
No, I don't pay attention to that. I have my close group of friends and family that I just kind of talk. That's kind of my fan base, and they know who I am and where I've came from, and they're kind of my supporting background, and I love it. You know what I mean, they're just. I really don't try to listen outside of that, and it's been good.
Well, Luke, congratulations on the outing last night. Really fun to see. Look forward to seeing each one of these starts here throughout the end of the season. Thanks for the time.
Thank you so much.
That's Luke Jackson. We're back right after this here on the Frisco RoughRiders Baseball Network.